Hi, welcome to CMP101 Introduction to Computers Online for Summer Session 2016. My name is Lydia Mata and I'll be your instructor for this course. This video is a brief tutorial about how to navigate this course, find your way around web study, and basically get started. In order to get here, you're going to go to eac.webstudy.com. Make sure you put EAC in the beginning, eac.webstudy.com. And you're going to log in using your Monster ID and the same password you use for Gila Hank Online. The systems are tied together, so they use the same password, same user ID. So Monster ID, same password as Gila Hank Online. That will bring you to the dashboard where we are currently viewing. And you'll want to navigate to our course, which should be under the Summer 1 session. And you are looking for CMP 101, Sum 16 for Summer 16, Lydia Mata, section 7152. So that is our course. You'll click on that in order to get in, and you'll be taken to this page. Now I'm going to change my view to a student view so that I am viewing this page just as you would. This is what you should see. If there's any notes or anything that I put up, you may notice them come up here. But from here you can click on the About tab and find some brief information about this course. I do have an office on the Thatcher campus, but I actually do not hold any office hours during the summer session. So therefore this office phone number would not be a very good way to reach me. I'll try to check those messages from time to time, but again, I just don't hold office hours during the summer. So the best way to reach me is through email. This is my email address. We'll also talk about the mail tool here in Web Study, so that you know a little bit about that as well. But that is the best way to reach me. If you want to talk to me on the phone, you can always email me with your phone number and I can return that call from my phone. I don't like to give out my personal cell phone, but I can always return your call. So that's how you can reach me. You will probably spend most of your time on the timeline. That's this tab here. So I'm navigating through everything on the left side. If you took in an online class before, this menu used to be on the right side. It's now on the left, but same thing. The second item down is the timeline, and this is where you're going to spend the majority of your time in this class. Up in the top, you're going to find the syllabus. You should print that out, take some time to read it, print it out so that you have a copy for reference. There's some good course information, some dates on entry and withdrawals and finals, all that important information about this course you'll find here. So make sure you take some time to read through that. The entire class is broken down into sessions. You can see the first 3 sessions here. So up on top is the class bulletin. You'll see it says begin here. And if you click on that, you will actually get some important introduction information. First of all, this video will be posted here. This one's an old video. I'll post this new one here once I'm finished. And you'll want to read through this. And also, you'll want to read the academic integrity policy, and you will have 2 assignments based on the academic integrity policy and the course syllabus. So you'll want to pay close attention to those. This quiz will disappear from here. I just realized it was there and it shouldn't be. So we'll be getting rid of that. But yeah, this is a class bulletin. So this will be the only session that will remain open all the way through summer. So you can access this at any time. You'll notice that the student data files are here. Those are these here. If you're concerned that your book didn't come with a CD, no worries. That's what this is. You can download straight from here, and it has all the files you'll need in order to get started. So basically what those data files are kind of a start, so that we don't, when we're working on how to use tools to modify a 3-page report, we don't want to have to type the whole 3 pages. that's what the data files do. It gives us the start of a document, so then we can focus on the tools that we're focusing on. So that's those. The assignment schedule is also here. Definitely print this out. It shows you everything that we will be working on in this class. Okay, so you can see the introduction assignments, the chapter 1 assignments, chapter 2 assignments, chapter 3, and so on. Now we'll pretty much be working on one chapter a week. Okay, so that's how most of this will go. Definitely print this. It even gives you web page numbers and whether or not the item can be found in web study. I also like to print this off and have students just check off the assignments as they've turned them in, so that way you know you haven't missed anything. Okay, like I said, read through the academic integrity policy. There'll be a short quiz on it in the next session. And then there's also the question and answer forum. The question and answers forum is not a required forum. It's just for you if you have questions and I don't happen to be able to get to it right away, maybe another student might have an answer to your question. And so this is a great way from us to learn from each other. So that's what the question and answers forum is. All right, under class bulletin, you'll see week 1. So everything's broken down into week 1, 2, 3, all the way through 10, where there's 10 weeks in the summer session. And the due dates for each of these are placed right here on the timeline, so there should be no confusion as to when the assignments for this session are due. So for example, in the introduction and Word Chapter 1 are due on May 29th. Word Chapter 2 is due June 5th. Now, when you expand one of these, I'm going to expand week 1, you'll see some other important information. Now, week 1's a little different than the other weeks, so we're going to actually look at week 1 and week 2 here for a second. Week 1 has an introduction section. So this is the introduction section right here. Now, everyone can complete this introduction section even if you do not have a textbook yet. These 3 items, which we'll go through right here, in bold here, are assignments that do not, I repeat, do not require textbooks. So you should be able to finish these on day 1. Now notice I put a clear notice here that on May 29th, if I have not received anything from you as far as these 3 assignments are concerned, you will be dropped in order to make room for other students who may be wanting to get in. So the 3 assignments here are to complete the academic integrity policy exam and the acknowledgement of receipt of syllabus. Now those 2 exams are at the bottom of the timeline. So there they are there, the academic integrity and the acknowledgement of receipt of syllabus. You can take these quizzes as many times as you want. You'll need to get 100% on them before you can move on to the next, but they are not difficult, and again, you can take them over and over and over again until you have everything correct. So don't stress over these, very easy. You'll finish them until you get 100% on them. Most students only need once, maybe twice, in order to get that. One more introduction assignment is to take a web course student self-assessment assignment. That's down here as well. Web course student self-assessment. There are some instructions here on what you're going to do. You're actually going to take a quick little survey. You'll answer the questions, you'll get some results back, and you're going to write me a 1 to 2 page memo telling me what your score was and what parts of the explanations are most relevant to you. Okay, so that's how that assignment works. Now, after the introduction section, you'll begin your first chapter. So this is more like what you'll see from this point forward. Okay. Up on top, I've put that I also accept late assignments up through a week beyond the original due date. So the original due date for this session was May 29th. You can turn in late through June 7th. Now, if they're turning late, there is a reduction of points. Basically, you will no longer be able to get an A on the assignment. But if you have them and you turn them in late, you can still get some credit for them. The only thing that cannot be turned in late are quizzes, so be sure to pay close attention to quizzes and get those done by the designated due date. Okay, under that you will find the chapter and what assignments we're going to be doing in that chapter. And then also listed here is that you'll be completing a chapter quiz. You'll have one quiz per chapter. All of those items again are found at the bottom of the that timeline session. So here's the 3 projects, 1A, 1B, 1E, 1F, that you'll be completing. Now there's some information on how to complete those assignments here in this video. So I'm not going to talk too much about completing those assignments because this video covers that. So make sure to watch that video on how to complete these assignments. There's not a whole lot of information if you click here because the information is in the textbook. I don't feel like I needed to retype everything that was in the textbook into web study. If you have your textbook, you should be able to find everything there. So watch this video on how to complete assignments. The quiz is right underneath that. Okay, your quizzes are taken from a large test bank of questions, so no 2 quizzes will be the same. You'll get 1 chance at these quizzes. They are open book, so use your book if you need them. And again, you'll have 1 per chapter. So week 1's a little bit more involved simply because we have those introduction assignments, and there's 3 of them. However, they are really short and don't take a long time to complete. So you'll want to get those done and then move right into chapter 1. Let's look at week 2, although it should be exactly it's exactly like week 1 with the exception of having the introduction information. So when I click on week 2, note that week 2 is due June 5th. You'll see that there's some information on deadlines here as well. So assignments can be turned in late through the 12th. Anything turned in after the 5th and before the 12th will have points deducted, and then quizzes cannot be turned in late. They need to be turned in by June 5th. Okay, so again, this is very similar to chapter 1. You'll see the chapter information, what assignments you'll be completing, and then the quiz on the bottom as well. And so down below are all those session items. Other than that, you're going to want to become quite familiar with the grades tab. I try to grade within 24 hours of submissions, so you should always be able to stay on top of your grades and find out what your current grade is. It should always be located in this area right here. So you'll be able to stay on top of that as the summer sessions continue. So grades. There is a mail tool here in Web Study. Now I do check my Web Study email every time I'm in Web Study. However, I have to log into Web Study in order to get this email. If you would like a response to me right away, send it to my EAC email address, which is lydia.mata@eac.edu. Simply because those email messages go directly to my mobile devices, and if it's something that I can answer right in the moment, I can answer it wherever I'm at. I don't have to be in front of my computer in order to do that. So just FYI, I prefer, and it's easiest if you email to my EAC email account. Now, there is a way to do that from within the Web Study tool. I'll show you. If you go to Compose and you choose our course, you'll find my name under Instructor, and you can click this minus button to take off Simple View, and you can actually email me both in Web Study and my EAC email address. If I reply to this email though, I believe it will send the information to your Gila Hank email address rather than in web studies. So be aware of that too. But my EEAC email address gives me the most capabilities for answering you quickly. You'll put a subject here, write your message to me, and hit send. There are no dumb questions. Ask questions. I'm here to help. Don't feel embarrassed or like you're bothering me. That's what I'm here for. So please contact me. I love to help you out. Just let me know. All right, so that is the mail tool. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers it. Again, timelines where you'll spend most of your time. Be sure to read through the syllabus and complete those introduction assignments before the 29th, and you'll be all ready to go. I really look forward to working with each and every one of you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me at any time. Thanks.